we're big ass nerds that love Bravo.
Was there anyone at BravoCon that like shocked you because they were different from what they're like on TV?
I had a really long, heartfelt, kind conversation with
I know we're gonna talk about that.
4 Bravo celebrities that I had great experiences with.
Yeah.
You got the golden ticket.
Welcome back to Plus One with Jess, where we invite creatives all across the industry on and we become their plus one for the day. So today we're joining Kate Riccio as her plus one. She actually began her career as a producer in scripted television, shows like Modern Family, which we're going to get into, but she also just came back from BravoCon. I'm so excited to hear about your experience there. You guys know her online as Kate Riccio or as Riccio Recaps.
Both.
You know her online as Riccio Recaps.
It's TikTok, Kate Riccio, Instagram, Riccio Recaps. I should probably make them match. I'm new at
No,
this.
I do the same thing. Mine's Jess the Reporter, and then it's Jess Lucero. It's
Okay,
just
that makes
whatever.
me feel better. Okay, we're fine.
It's not the right thing to do, but like sometimes it just happens.
You gotta roll with it.
And then she also has a podcast called Reality of Reality. So you have reality stars, right?
Mm-hmm. We're reality stars, people reality adjacent, just learning about the reality of what goes down on reality TV. Like, for example, I have like a game show episode coming up, which isn't necessarily reality.
Wait, that's cool.
But it's
Yes,
like,
it
it's
is.
adjacent,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
interesting to like, I don't know, hear about the behind the scenes of that.
Yeah, it's not like the dun 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 aspect of reality,
Right.
but it's still juicy.
100%.
I feel like I love watching Special Forces, and that's competitive reality.
Yeah. I've got some competition shows on Reality of Reality as well.
Oh
too,
wait,
so.
I would love that.
Well, it's all the bases are covered.
I'm so excited to see. Do you watch every reality show? Like, is there one that you don't watch?
Yeah, there's some that I don't watch. Like, let's not be crazy here. I don't.
There's too many.
I'm not a Bachelor Nation girl,
Oh.
and I will be the first to admit that I don't watch that, and I don't watch Selling Sunset.
No,
I
that makes me so
know,
sad. That's
I
like
know.
the main one for me.
I
Well,
know
one
you
of
watch.
a few.
My thing is, and please don't. I'm coming on this podcast hot with a hot take, so please don't be mad at me if I say this. I don't love watching podcasts that feel scripted, or I'm sorry, I don't love watching reality that feels scripted.
Oh.
And in my opinion, like Selling Sunset felt very scripted to me.
I feel that.
It was hard for me to be invested in that. And then also Bachelor, I watched it like back in the day.
Yeah.
But as, it went on, I just felt like they're not in it for the right reasons.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I feel that way with most dating shows nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, I actually don't find many of those to be enjoyable. I don't watch Love is Blind anymore as much either.
Well,
on occasion.
You're not wrong in that. It's been tough.
I heard this season was like not that great.
I mean, spoiler alert, no weddings.
Yeah.
What are we watching for? Love is not blind.
It's
The
literally-
show's over.
We got it.
Yeah.
We know the answer. You answered it for us. I mean, but let's be so honest though. Like, love can't be blind.
But
I don't believe in that.
It can for some. Well, you're right. It was blind for some people. Like, there are some people from that show that are married with kids, whatever. But you still have to have some sort of physical attraction.
Oh,
Like, let's be real.
100%.
So luckily for those people, they fell in love without ever meeting. But good for them that when they met, they were like, oh, yeah, I think you're hot.
Every
Yeah.
time they say that too. But then on occasion we'll get some people to be like, I would have been attracted to him no matter what. Notice I'm saying him because it's always the girls
Yeah.
who will
Yeah.
do it
Yeah.
more than the guys. But I don't know. That show is just slowly dwindled off. I just feel, or like Perfect Match, all of those dating shows. I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's one dating show. Oh, you want to know something? I just started watching Married at First Sight.
Did you post about this? I just saw someone post about
Well,
this.
so just transparently, I did a brand deal for them, right? Like, I had like a partnership where they sent me the first 4 episodes and they were like, can you make a video about it? Sure. Watched the first 4 episodes and I was like, I fucking love this
Wait,
show.
yay.
Like, they got my ass. So then I continued watching the whole show. And that's an interesting one where like they don't even see each other or know anything about each other until they're married. So I think, I don't want to say it's more real, because obviously you're still signing up to go on a reality show and there's some motives there, but I feel like that is a show where people are really trying to find love. Like, there's couples that are in their 60s on that show.
Oh, wow.
It spans. So there are still some dating shows out there.
Yeah, like Married at First Sight and then 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh,
Is
90
that
Day
ever
Fiancé.
real at all?
Well, that I would say isn't like a dating show because they're already dating before they go on the show.
Yeah.
But I do fuck with 90 Day Fiancé. See, that's one where it's like I don't watch every season.
Yeah,
But
when
like
you tune in.
when I tune in, I'm locked in.
I'm
Jess.
into it.
But that I definitely think is real to an extent until the TV part of it's real. I don't know that the love and the marriages are real, but I think they would not be real whether they were on camera or not.
Yeah.
It's people trying to get to a certain country.
Do you also think you're a little more, I guess, like judgmental might not be the right word, but a little more judgmental because you have experience working in TV?
Okay, that's a really great question. So Jess did her research, obviously, and mentioned that I did used to work behind the scenes on TV, but I only worked on scripted television, scripted comedy to be specific.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really the same thing. I do kind of know how the sausage is made. Like, for example, sometimes I'll be watching a scene on a reality TV show and I'm like, okay, that shot and that shot are from two different moments.
Yeah.
I can hear like the Frankenbites, which are like when they splice different words
Oh my God,
together.
I hear that every time.
Right.
And a
So-
podcast, I will always hear it.
Right. So, and I think normal viewers that don't have a TV background can spot that. But
Yeah.
no, I really, truly scripted television and reality television are so, so different.
Yeah, but you will also notice when they clip a different moment of the conversation together, and so you'll see like someone's hair is in the front, and
Yeah.
then they go to a different angle, and then all of a sudden it's in the back, and I'm like, okay, so now I don't even know exactly how this conversation went, and it makes me so like skeptical.
Well, and that's why I heard they use those like gold glasses on Love is Blind.
Oh,
so you don't see
yeah.
the drinks go up and
Oh
down.
my God, yes, I have my Love Island cup I forgot to bring out.
And Love
The
Island,
little champagne glass.
exactly, because
Yeah.
if you want to do a conversation, like if you and I are having this conversation, and then at the end of the episode I say something that would sound better in the beginning,
Yeah.
and my drink is so, like, it's those little editing things here and there. I know they like cover the clocks in a lot of reality shows.
Oh yeah, especially at Love Island, they're told like
Yeah.
they don't know how much sleep they're able to get because the producers are fucking with them so
Oh
hard.
yeah,
It's
I feel so
sad.
bad for them.
I
That's
know.
that's a huge difference though, actually, between scripted and unscripted television. Like when I was working on shows like Modern Family, they had a script coordinator who made sure the continuity was all
Yeah.
accurate. So they would have a glass of water, and if he would take a sip of it, they'd
Pour
go
a
back
little
and
bit
fill
more,
it
yeah.
every single
Yeah.
time. So it's like it is so different from scripted television.
So true.
Yeah.
And it's also like I don't know if there's a union for reality TV. Do you know? Are they SAG?
That's kind of, I think, like a point of contention.
on it.
I don't really know the logistics, but I know Bethany Frankel from Real Housewives
Yeah.
of New York was fighting for that because I don't think they're
There is,
unionized,
yeah.
but they should be. Allegedly, there's like not much protecting reality stars.
Yeah, my thing is like if you're listed on IMDb, then you should be a part of the union.
Yes, 100%.
You know? I guess
But that's not necessarily true for actors,
I was
right?
just about to
Yeah.
say, even with shorts or TV shows, they're not all union, and so
Yeah.
therefore, it's not SAG.
Yeah.
So I guess reality TV just kind of needs its own union because truly, like, reality TV stars are kind of treated like shit
Yep.
in the grand scheme of things in comparison to scripted TV stars, and that's where, like, this whole hierarchy comes into play. But the fact that they're not able to get an 8 hours of sleep. Think about even when you would go to work, wherever it might be. What did you say you did before? You were a waitress.
Oh, yeah.
We were
Yeah.
just talking before. But like I was also a host. And so if I would go home and then come back to work the next day, you're required to have 8 hours off.
Mm-hmm.
So basically 8 full hours of sleep, even though that's never the case.
Right.
But that's what they're trying to do. Whereas these reality stars are like not even getting that.
Well, no, you're going to sleep. Like I think about like Vanderpump Rules, right? When they go on a cash trip to Mexico, they're filming till like 2 a.m. and then the cameras are right back in the morning filming them waking up. There's no what they call it in the industry turnaround time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They don't have a turnaround time where legally SAG actors have to have a turnaround time. Not just SAG actors, but the drivers, the makeup artists, like everyone on a SAG film set has to have a turnaround time.
Everyone who's a part of the show. Oh my God, it makes me so sad. But in going back to you working as a producer on these scripted shows, what was the experience like for you?
Well, I do just want to say I have produced 2 things, but I wouldn't say I was officially a producer yet.
You're a PA, right?
Well, yeah. So I started on Modern Family as a production assistant.
Yeah.
But then my Modern Family trajectory was interesting because I did that for 2 years, and then I was like, I need to try new things. So I left there, did a couple corporate jobs, worked on like a Snapchat show, which actually I had to do a voiceover for that Snapchat show.
Oh, wow.
And it made me SAG eligible. So I could have joined SAG.
Wait, I saw that on your IMDb, by the way. The thing where you were a robber?
Oh, that was something different. Look, I've had a lot of lives, Jess. I've had a lot of lives. Also, sorry to everyone as I'm moving. We're moving away from the sun,
the sun
as you can tell.
like crazy today. I also came in where in my face.
It's early.
Wearing the same color as this couch. What's happening today?
So I worked on Modern Family, left there for a little bit, did like executive assistant jobs, location coordinator, production coordinator. I've been an assistant on pretty much everything in Hollywood. Went back to Modern Family, and then because I missed it and I loved it, it was like the best job ever. So I like sent them a text like, hey, if you have any openings, and they were like, come on back, Kate.
Always
they're the best. So I became a production liaison, which was just like a funny term for, I was helping with like a lot of like cast needs, crew needs, above the line needs, below the line needs. I was just kind of a jack of all trades. I'd say I gave a lot of tours, a lot of set visits. We did like a lot of Make-A-Wish Foundation things there, which was like my favorite part, where
that's cool.
these people would come, they'd get to watch all day of filming. I'd get to pull every actor for them to meet, take photos. Like Modern Family really like did that. Like they didn't need to do all that. They were already like the most popular show ever.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of what I would expect for them too, though. Just how great of a cast.
100%. It was an amazing experience. Best first job ever. And then they had a documentary that was about like Modern Family. So I produced that. And then I produced a show called Let's Be Real, which was like, it was an interesting, it was on Fox. It was a legit show, but it was a hybrid of like real people and puppets. So like, for example, there's a scene where, this is the craziest sentence I'm about to say, but Mark McGrath, who's the lead singer of Sugar Ray, is like driving a car, and Kanye West puppet is like in his car, and they're like doing a scene together.
But it's not Kanye who's doing the voice of
No.
the puppet. It's just
It's just like a puppeteer.
It sounds like something that people would get canceled for.
It was a fever dream. It was 2020. Okay, it was early 2020. It was
this was literally created when someone had COVID. Like,
literally,
this is
yeah.
the invention of that.
It was 100%. So what was your original question? I don't even remember.
Just how was working in production in scripted television?
Oh, as you could tell, it's fucking
Amazing,
weird, but like cool. It was a dream. I mean, I always dreamt of moving out to Hollywood and working in TV. I didn't even care what I wanted to do. I told Jess before this, I was like, I wanted to be an editor, which I just like took an editing class and liked it one time.
Absolutely not, Kate.
Yeah.
That is the hardest part of this
it's so
industry.
horrible. I like took this editing class and I just liked it. So I was like, great, I'm gonna be an editor. I didn't know what else to be. And it wasn't until I was interning in LA, and I hated my internship boss. It wasn't like an internship anyone would know. It was a small production company. It doesn't even exist anymore. But she did probably give me some of the most life-changing advice was, you don't want to be an editor. And it was kind of backhanded. She was like, you like to talk too much. She was like, you don't want to be in a dark room with no people all day. Like, you should think about being a producer.
100%, dude.
So, like, I did not love that internship, but that's why, like, you never know what you're going to get out of a job, right?
Yeah.
It really was, like, the best piece of advice. So I was like, okay, let me look into what a producer does.
Noted. Yeah. And you get to chat a little bit as a producer. That's another thing, is I'm so shocked whenever I meet someone who does become a producer of like a successful sitcom or TV show in general, just because it's truly such a hard industry to break into, and you had to move over here for it.
I did, but you know what? I got a little lucky. I say lucky, but all my friends are like, you weren't lucky, you worked hard.
Own it.
But like, I was pretty lucky. So I did an internship. I went to Temple University in Philadelphia,
Nice.
shout out. And they did a study away, which is like a study abroad, but
Yeah.
instead you went to LA, so they couldn't call it abroad.
Shut
They
up.
sent like 30 of us out here. We all lived in an apartment complex called the Oakwoods, which is where all like the child stars used to live.
Wow.
It's not even called the Oakwoods anymore. But so that was in 2014, so it was over 10 years ago. And while I interned for the Arsenio Hall show, which was like a late night show, which
Yeah.
only came back for one season. But when I was on there, I think I'm really easily molded because I was like, editor, I want to be an editor. When I worked on Arsenio, I was like, late night, I want to work in late night. Like, I just loved everything, right? That show didn't get renewed, so I didn't end up getting to work on it. But while I was interning, I ended up meeting the executive producer of Modern Family. And we like exchanged contact, you know, networking, whatever.
I love this.
I kept in touch. I mean, it was really easy for me to keep in touch because they like won 1 million Emmys like a couple months later. So I was like, congrats on all the
Yeah.
Emmys.
Every time they'd
Merry
be in the
Christmas.
news.
Like anytime something happened, I was like reaching out. It's you know, it's a delicate line of putting yourself in front of them but not being annoying, you know. But yeah, and then when May rolled around and I was graduating, I had an interview with Modern Family, virtual. They were like, sorry, we don't really have a spot for you. So I was like, well, why would you interview me? I didn't
what the hell?
understand it. Why would you interview me?
Just to like have you in their database, probably.
Exactly. And then 2 months later, I was already going to move to LA no matter what. And 2 months later, like right before I moved out, they were like, we actually have a spot open for you.
Oh.
So yeah, they were really good at hiring people within or putting people on other shows. So it was like one of the production assistants moved up to being in the writer's room. So then like I got their job.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was super lucky. Super lucky.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, but I mean, but nowadays, like, unfortunately, when times are different. When I worked on Modern Family, I started on season 7 and they had 11 seasons.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this is going to be my job forever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to work on sitcoms for, however many the 10 seasons that they last and then get a job on another sitcom. And that doesn't really exist anymore. There's not as many shows even filming in LA anymore, so it's definitely
No, that's the worst part.
It's like it's kind of a reason why I jumped to just doing content creating online.
See, I was so curious about what ended up happening that made you decide that you wanted to make the switch to reality.
Yeah, I've always watched reality TV, right? I love reality TV. Jersey Shore was my gateway drug.
Yes.
And,
I used to watch that shit with my dad.
With
It
your
was
dad?
Yeah, me and my dad would literally like talk about it every single night. He watched it so much that he ended up watching Geordie Shore.
I watched Geordie Shore. I've never
figured
met
you
anyone
did.
else that watched Geordie Shore.
Just my dad on his iPad walking around.
I need to talk to your dad. I literally don't. Everyone's
get
like,
along
what?
great.
Geordie Shore's the British version of Jersey Shore
Yeah,
for
by the
people
way.
that don't know. No, I love Geordie Shore. That's so crazy. Wait, I've like chills. I've never met anyone
It made me
that
laugh
watched that.
so hard every time I'd hear the little accents. I'm
Oh,
like, this
Geordie
is
Shore is
hilarious.
wild. But so I've always loved reality TV, always watched reality TV, and it wasn't until, and I think a lot of creators are kind of similar to this, it wasn't until Scandival happened
Yes,
that
that we
I
all got
started like
locked in.
making videos about it, right? Because I'd always watched Vanderpump. Scandival happened, and it was so crazy, and I was like a hardcore Redditor. Like I was always on Reddit
Shut
at work.
up.
Oh yeah, always reading. I never really posted, but I always read on the Reddit.
Kate Riccio? No, Kate Redditor.
Kate Riccio. Cut that.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Notes editor.
That's embarrassing. Anyway, so I was always on the Reddit, so I just knew so much shit. So I had like a theory about something, and I was like, let me just make a TikTok about it.
Oh, I love
So I
the
made a
theories.
TikTok about it, and it like blew up. It's probably got like 20,000 likes, but for me, never
No,
really
that's a lot,
blowing up
yeah.
on TikTok. It was a lot. Looking back, the theory was stupid.
Wait, so this was during Scandival?
Yeah, that's like when I started making videos.
That wasn't even that long ago.
Which is so interesting because like at BravoCon too, everyone keeps saying like, you're so new at this, you're like the baby. And it doesn't feel that way because it has been 2 years, but I'm realizing, and I'm so fucking thankful that like the amount of success I found in those 2 years isn't common.
Yeah,
like,
no.
And like so many people have been doing this for so much longer. So yeah, it was really only since then.
I feel like most people at this point have been doing it for at least double that. Because it's only
Yeah.
like 2 years, right?
Yeah, since 2023. So
Oh,
almost,
yeah.
it'll be 3 years in April. Never forget where you were when Scandival broke.
100%. Oh, that is, I can't even say what I can compare that to, but you get what I'm comparing that to.
Oh, no, yeah. No, we know. Also,
all
I'm
know.
taking off the Bravo
no, it's
jacket.
so hot, you
but
guys.
I
It's
just
never
need
been
everyone
this
to
hot in my
say
life.
Bravo.
I asked
Shout
her to
out.
bring some stuff from BravoCon, and look at her. She brought this Bravo. If
Yeah.
you're listening or if you're watching on YouTube, you get to see that she has this Bravo Letterman's jacket on.
Keep it behind me so
She
we
has
can
a
still see it.
Bravoholic hoodie, a BravoCon shirt, like so
I
many
keep strapped.
items.
Oh, and I brought you a gift.
A gift?
Yes, I did.
What is it?
So
I'm
they
scared.
had
She
these.
flips me off.
They had they had these at BravoCon, and on the last day they were just like giving them out. So I was like, I took a bunch. I was like, I'm sure I could give these to someone. I asked Jess last night which Bravo show she watched.
Oh my God, nothing.
And well, you mentioned you had seen Real Housewives of New York, Orange County, and Jersey. So it's a keychain with the wine, with the orange, and the apple.
so
I also put the other keychains in the back here in case you wanted to put them on. There's like a diamond for Beverly Hills. There's a flamingo for Miami, snowflake for Salt Lake. So,
that is
you know,
so
there's your
sweet.
gift.
Thank you.
We love a bag charm.
Add it to the table.
Yeah, oh,
if
yeah.
you guys haven't noticed, this is what we dress up whenever we have guests on. Well,
I don't know
every
if this
episode.
translates well.
Just trust us, it's there. Also, you're almost out of this. You want to scoot?
Oh, yeah.
Just right there. There we go. Now you're out. You can breathe.
Thank you.
That took a minute right
It's
there.
okay. You
Wait,
know-
because you brought that, let's get into talking about BravoCon.
Okay.
So I went in 2023. I've never.
Oh, so you've been. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I've been. So we have some stuff in common.
Yes.
Crazy enough. Because I'm not like the biggest Bravo girl. It's too much.
Well, now
And
that we're talking about BravoCon, I'm going to put the jacket back on. Sorry, go on.
No, you're good. But it's just one of those things. I don't know if it's like an ADHD thing. I don't know what. But it's like, you know, when you have a to-do list that's too full and then you don't do anything and
nothing.
you just lay down because you're
Yep.
so overwhelmed.
Yep, story of my
That's
life.
how Bravo feels to me. Because there's so many different Real Housewives. There's so many below deck, and then there's like off-brand below deck.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I can't keep up.
No, I can actually completely relate because I am like a bit of a fraud in the Bravoverse where I feel the same way.
Stop.
There are housewives that I haven't seen.
Oh.
Shocking. I've never seen an episode of Orange County. And I
Oh,
know that's like the
really?
OG housewife. It's just when there's so many seasons,
Yeah,
it's
no.
scary. Like I've only seen a couple episodes of original RHONJ, Real Housewives of New York. So, and I'm very transparent about this online. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
not trying
yeah.
to hide this from people.
Which I think
But-
is what people like, by the way.
Thank you. Well, and it's just like, oh, trust me, and people like are like pissed in the comments. How the fuck have you never seen? And it's just like there's so much, and I watch other things other than Bravo, obviously, but you know, Below Deck is actually something I recently got into, but it was easy because it's kind of there's like some gateway like. Below Deck Sailing Out's only 4 seasons, so I started with that.
Okay.
Then I fell in
Good to
love
know.
with Below Deck, so then I went over to Down Under, only 3 seasons. Then I'm like, okay, I love Below Deck. Let me hit up Mediterranean. So like, you know, I'm easing my way.
Just like
in,
12
but
seasons, but it's across 3 different shows, kind of.
It's too much. You know what I've always said, Jess? I don't know if I will ever have kids, but if I have a baby, I'm trying to save some housewives for that because I'm going to be in a bed for a while. I'm going to be, you know,
I think about that
chilling
all the
I'm
time.
like, I need something to watch.
Dude, I think about every aspect of that, though. I think about these content creators, because there's a couple of content creators now who have had babies. And I'm like, how do you do this?
Yeah.
Because I already struggle to find the time lately to film videos.
Yeah.
But then you think about all the shit that you can watch
Oh,
in
yeah.
the first few months.
Oh,
of
it's
having
game
a
over.
kid.
The amount of content the first few months when you
Yeah.
also coming from 2 women that don't have children, I'm sure it's actually like way
Right.
crazy. You're
You're
like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, we're just gonna be chilling with our newborn, but I feel
Just
like
breastfeeding?
you would have some time to watch
Wait, no,
TV.
I literally saw someone who was it? Oh, the toast, Claudia.
Oh, yeah.
I think she was breastfeeding during one of her videos. There was like noises going on.
That's actually
I
hilarious.
was
Oh, you can hear like yeah. That's
and then you
hilarious.
would see a hand like fly up and hit her face. I just saw the TikTok of it and I was cracking up. I'm like, okay, so this is what moms have to do.
That's really
You
cute.
have to be ready at any given point.
That's actually something that I have been struggling with a little bit though, of like how you were saying, like how do people still content create while they have children because you barely have time now. Like
Yeah.
I became a content creator at 30 years old, right? Like such a major career shift that I made from doing what I was doing before to just doing this, that I'm now like, how am I gonna, like, you know, this is when I should be like, all right, I'm ready to get married and
Settling
have kids.
down.
And instead I'm like, what are those Salt Lake City housewife bitches up to now? Like
Still
my
keeping up with other people's
my
lives.
mindset is so like different from where I thought I would be now at 32
Yeah,
years
yeah.
old. But I think we can do both.
I think so too. I also think that there's been a shift in the industry in general where more people, honestly to me, 28 to 33, you're 30 years old.
I couldn't agree with you more. Maybe 34. Let's extend it for me.
Give me a little bit more time there.
Yeah. Because I don't want to be on the tail end of this.
Yeah. Okay, why not? 28 to 34. You're still 30.
I'm still 30.
So I feel like you have a little bit more time in the industry because of that. Or I don't know, 28 and 29-year-olds might be like, what the hell? Why'd you group me in with this?
I feel like, I don't know. 28 feels old too. When you're 20,
I think so too.
When I was 28, I had just gotten out of some KT right here. I had just gotten out of a 6-year-long relationship, and I was like, "What am I doing? I'm 20." I felt like I was so old.
No,
I'm like, "What am I?"
Decrepit.
I literally was like, "I guess I'm never having kids now."
Truly,
you know, like, but
And
that's not the case, by the way. But
everyone in the, like, as far as content creators, they do look at you like you're old when you're 28. But then when you're a 28-year-old talking to like a 32-year-old, then you're like, oh my God, you're 28, you're so young.
yeah. Do you ever get like, I'll tell people I'm 32 and they'll be like, I thought you were like 27, which is so kind, but I'm also like, what's the difference?
Tell me what happened in those 5
like,
or
what
4
is
years,
the
whatever.
difference?
No, I had something happen the other night. Where was I? I was at a friend's birthday party. I don't know if you saw me post this. I put it on Threads, I think. I was at a friend's birthday party. This girl comes up to me. I'm like dancing, whatever. I'm wearing a tank top. And she's like, can I ask, how old are you? I said 30. She goes, I'm 28. You look so good for 30. I hope I look like you when I'm 30.
It's 2 years away.
Bro, I'll put you in the face right now. Say that
It's
shit
2
again.
years
Say that shit to me
away.
one more time.
So my mom said someone came up to her and was like, I hope I'm as fun as you when I'm your age. And my mom was like, I know she meant well, but it made me feel like an old lady.
These people are psychotic because they think that you just stop being fun. Have you ever watched an episode of Real Housewives? Like, they still party, you know, or like even Summer House.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's some people who don't really party so much.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
So, but no, I mean, look, I've also probably been a culprit of it too. Like when I was younger, because I think when you're younger, you expect 30 to be like
Old
so
as fuck.
old, and then when you hit 30, you're like, it's actually not
You're
at
like,
all.
actually, nothing changes.
Yeah.
And now, literally, once I hit 30, I was like, I'm actually second guessing the way I thought about 40.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was much older.
Oh, now, and I know 40-year-olds, and I'm like, oh, you're kicking it with all of us. Like,
yeah.
I think maybe we had a different POV from like our parents who like had kids, and I don't know.
Super young.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the media plays a part in it where it like makes us all seem like we're super old.
Did you know the Golden Girls were like only 60?
Yeah.
Like,
we're not
that's
that old.
crazy.
They're literally the same age as Carrie and all the girls.
From Sex and the City?
Yeah,
yes,
and,
it's
and
crazy.
just like that.
See, a hairstyle can change everything.
Oh my God, the hairstyle. Thank God we're not doing beehives anymore.
Yeah, hey, it could come back. Be careful. You never know.
Bring Snooki's poof. Hello? Bring Snooki's poof back before we bring a beehive
I
back.
did a poof in high school.
Did
let me
you?
tell
Me
Dude, because Jersey Shore came out like as I was in high school. So like I hate, and I lived right outside of Philadelphia, right? So I was like, I was on the East Coast. I was tanning booth tanning, Snooki poof, wearing cheetah. Like we had a tanning place by my house called Tantopia, and for $20 a month, unlimited tanning. But if you were under 18, you just had to have your mom sign. But all the moms were like, okay, girl, like
$20?
$20 a month.
That actually seems illegal.
Well, it's out of business now, obviously.
It was.
Doesn't exist
actually a
anymore.
money laundering business.
But no, I loved Tantopia. God, if they were still around, look, I wouldn't be booth tanning anymore, but
I've never done it. I'm so scared.
I did a stand-up one, and you could leave the door open. I've only done the lay-down tanning booth one time, and I hated it. All I could think about was Final Destination.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah,
That's the
wasn't
reason
for
that
me.
I can't ever do it.
Wasn't for me.
I probably would have just sucked it up and gone in there, but no.
You don't have to close it all the way. You're never gonna do it anyway,
You know what?
so
All I have
it's
to
so
do
bad
is
for you.
sit in this window.
Yeah,
It'll have
literally.
the same
I should have worn my sunscreen. Sorry, we're getting off topic.
I know. Wait, back to BravoCon because we're literally going all over the place. What was the ambiance like for you when you were at BravoCon?
Oh, okay. So yeah, you had been to BravoCon before. You said I did not know what to expect. It was my first BravoCon. Everyone had told me it's crazy, it's chaotic, and I'm like, how crazy and chaotic could it be? No, it really is. Like,
it really is.
The ambiance in general was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine being in, I don't want to say like a confined space because it was large, but like you are all in like one area with all Bravo fans, with all people that have stuff in common with you. You can have a conversation with anyone there. Like, you have something in common with everyone. The energy levels were so high. Honestly, BravoCon made me love Bravo even more because you could tell the time, the energy, the money that they put into this thing to facilitate such a great experience for the fans. The Bravolebs did the same thing. I mean, the amount of people they probably said hi to, I could only imagine. I could only imagine because this was the most shocking part of BravoCon. The amount of people that came up and said hi to me. Yeah. I was so recognized at BravoCon, and like, I thought I'd like have a couple people say hi. Jess, like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It was non-stop. Like, there was like a line of girls trying to take photos with me.
Stop.
It was so kind.
Wait, that is so cool.
But of course, the first day I was like massively hungover. I had like my sunglasses on inside. I was like, you know, when you're like hungover and you're just like, you're hunched over like this.
Do people still recognize you with the sunglasses?
Yeah. Yes. And I was like, this is not the look I want you guys to see. But it got better as the weekend went along.
They probably loved that though.
They probably did.
Because your video, let me just say, if I didn't already say it enough, but like Kate's videos were my favorite from BravoCon. Sorry to everyone else, but the fact that you were literally vlogging. She's in 0.5. She's vlogging around the link.
I was well, one, I just bought a new phone for BravoCon. I bought it 2 days before BravoCon because I'm like, I need the best quality.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like I had to like, not to sound like I'm not some fucking saint, right? But I felt like I had to give back because the only reason I was even at BravoCon is because people follow me and watch my videos. So like, in my opinion, it'd be a little fucked up if I didn't like try to capture as much content as like I possibly could for the people that can't be there because the tickets aren't cheap. I was lucky enough to have my ticket comped by Bravo, but they were not cheap. Granted, I know I didn't pay for a ticket. I do think it was probably worth the money though. Like the amount of things that were there, people to see. I mean, I would say it would be worth every penny for anybody that bought a ticket. Yeah. People that bought a ticket might disagree, but
then that's just getting your access to the actual convention. Mm-hmm. So then on top of that, there's other events you have to go or you have to pay more for, right?
Yeah. So with my ticket that Bravo so graciously sent me, I'm like still so honored. I got VIP access to BravoCon, which was like there was like, you know, no line, like you could skip the line. There was like VIP lines for photo stuff, and there was like a VIP room in the back. But we also I got a ticket to the Bravos, which was like the Watch Happens Live award show, which was really cool.
The Bravos is the best.
It was so cool. Did you go last time they had it? Oh, it was so cool.
And also just like watching Andy Cohen work.
He's amazing. He did not slip over his words one time. He is a pro.
It's literally giving me chills again thinking about it, just because I remember watching this man and seeing the way he used that teleprompter so seamlessly and just would like talk to the audience, then to whatever Craig, and then back to the teleprompter, and I'm like,
no, it was like really and yeah, even like he was making little quips during the commercial breaks that like wasn't even film, like talking to the people in the crowd. Andy Cohen is truly amazing. Like you could tell. Like, they probably need to sleep for 10 years after this with all the Bravolebs and Andy Cohen.
I will never understand how he does it, of all people, with a radio show, with Watch What Happens, with producing. I'm like...
But then he also watches all the shows.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. He must watch them on, like, 2x speed.
Oh, wait, that's a good thought.
I've done that before where, like, if I'm interviewing someone for a podcast and I just want to, like, remind myself of their show, I'll just watch the show in 2x speed.
I've never done that, and I'm actually kind of pissed.
Well, you can now. It's not as enjoyable. Yeah. Like, it's actually really annoying to hear people talk like, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, other than that, that was pretty much all that I got access to at the convention with VIP. There were add-ons, so like you could buy a Bravopalooza, which I didn't get to do, but it was like a little room where it's kind of like, it was described to me as like kind of an intimate happy hour where there was food, there was drinks, and they were like just shuffling Bravolebrities in and out of there all day. Like, I would love to have seen the behind the scenes of BravoCon, like, because they were just throwing Bravolebries places.
That's what I'm saying. It trips me out.
It was crazy. Like, so they had to, you know, some had to be in a panel, and while some were in a panel, some are at Bravo Bazaar, which is like the trade show where they're all at their booths, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you're a Bravolebrity and you have a brand, you had a booth at the Bravo Bazaar. Then there's Bravolebritys taking photos in the VIP section. Meanwhile, they're at the Bravopalooza, and also there's a photo op area that people can sign up for. You can't go anywhere without seeing someone from Bravo.
And then all the like keynote type of events or the panels.
Exactly.
It's literally everywhere you turn, and it's so confusing. The second you walk in, you're like, oh my God, where do I go? I wasn't, like I said, I'm not even the biggest Bravo fan, but when I was there, I was like, wait, this is the sickest thing I've ever seen. They did such a good job with putting it together that you know what I don't get? Bravo is the only network where people care this much about like every single show that's on there.
I wonder if it's because I don't know if this is fact, but I'm pretty sure the only network that's only reality TV.
Oh,
right?
That would make sense. Yeah, because I can't think of what else.
And like all their shows are different but similar. Like if you like one show, you'll probably like this show. Like they've perfected their niche. Look, they didn't invent the wheel. They weren't the first reality TV show to ever exist, but they're really capitalizing off of that wheel. You know,
they basically own reality TV at this point.
Pretty much.
It's almost like whenever another reality show comes out that's not on Bravo, it like kind of takes a second to realize, wait, what's it?
Right.
What channel
Or like,
is it on?
or you immediately like. I remember when Mormon Wives came out, everyone was always like, I feel like this should be on Bravo.
It is a Bravo
you know,
show.
like because Bravo laid down that groundwork of we're the reality TV channel. They're geniuses.
The fact that the Mormon Wives weren't at BravoCon, like obviously it's not a Bravo show.
Yeah.
But it like doesn't make sense to me that they weren't there.
No, I know. It seems like it intersects. Well, there was a Traders panel and a Love Island panel.
Yeah, I
which
saw.
is interesting because those aren't Bravo shows, but they're Peacock shows with Bravo people in them, I guess. So, but I was interested by that crossover.
I will say Traders is the show that I am like, that's probably the show that I'm the most into when it comes to any reality TV. And they've done a good job at getting me to at least want to watch Bravo shows that I don't watch.
No, it's like the perfect gateway. Like I never watched Real Housewives of Atlanta before I watched Traders, and then I saw Phaedra, and I'm like, okay, game over, and I watched all of Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like it's such a good way to introduce you to other people. It's really, really smart.
You'd be so proud. I just started watching Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay. Let me tell you something about Salt Lake City in regards to BravoCon. I can honestly say the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is the most popular Bravo show that there is. Their panel, there was not an empty seat in the house. Those women could not go anywhere without being treated like the fucking Beatles, screaming. They were the most popular people at BravoCon.
No way.
Yeah, which and well deserved, by the way.
Yeah. I never understood why whenever people would be like, you have to watch Salt Lake, you have to watch it. But then my thing was like, okay, they're from Utah. Like, how crazy can it be? And I'm only on episode 3. Let me be real. But covering pop culture, like, you kind of have an understanding of what certain people do, even if you don't watch the shows. Like, I get the allure. Even just watching those first couple of episodes, I'm like, okay, I see it.
Right.
They're like hiding shit. It's similar to like Mormon Wives in a way.
No, totally. Well, yeah, and that's like there's such a fascination with Mormonism in Utah now, so it just came out at a perfect time. You know, Bravo just released a trailer for they're doing the Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
I know, we're gonna talk about that. I'm so excited.
And people were like, Rhode Island, that's so random. But Salt Lake City was so random, and it's like a huge franchise because I think it's so foreign to so many people that it's interesting to see that. And like now I want to visit Salt Lake City. I've never been to Salt Lake. Like never did I think I'd ever really, I never had an interest to go there before, but now I do.
Yeah, so, or Sundance. It's like all the random little perks of living in Salt Lake City. Now you're like, okay, I'm kind of drawn.
I'm kind of interested.
Yeah.
I want to try a little swig.
What's up with swig?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I only tried swig once, and it was with you.
Ready?
Okay.
The baby bump.
I love that.
And
Better than expected. I get it now.
I'm giving up coffee. I thought I was gonna taste the coconut, but I don't taste it at all.
It's good.
Oh, now I tasted a little.
At the Hulu event, we were at the Hulu Get Real event, which they talked about on Mormon Wives, by the way.
Well, let me tell you a little something about Hulu. I'm sorry if I'm going off on tangents. You can stop
go
me.
ahead.
Hulu is doing something really interesting in the reality TV space right now, where I think they're trying to compete with Bravo in a sense because they have all these great reality shows right now, right? And that Hulu Gets Real event was just showcasing all their reality shows, right? Dancing with the Stars, Love Thy Nader, Mormon Wives. what are some, Vanderpump Villa. Like they have a lot of shows, and they have American Idol. Like they have a lot of shows, right?
They have a lot of the
Project Runway
shows too. Yeah.
They had a new show called Gotta Get Out. Basically, they were like just showcasing all these shows there.
Gotta Get Out.
And I've noticed that now they're doing so many Kardashians, duh. The biggest one.
Because I forget ABC owns all of it. It's
right.
Like
It's a little
to keep
confusing.
up with.
But they're doing these crossovers where the Kardashians are showing up in Mormon Wives, and Love Thy Nader is showing up on where, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like they're just all crossing over into each other's shows. Everyone's then going on Dancing with the Stars. They're doing a really good job at like letting people know, like, this is the Hulu verse, right? Much like the Bravo verse. So
yeah, and I will say, as someone who keeps up more with like TV and film, I find myself watching a lot more Hulu reality shows. I think I've watched every single one of those that you listed, except Vanderpump. What is it again?
Vanderpump Villa. Yeah.
No.
Skip season 1.
My bad. Didn't watch that one.
It's okay.
But literally everything else. Love Thy Nader.
Yeah.
Actually, some of the best TV that we've had released this year.
Literally my water bottles from the Love Thy Nader event. I love Love Thy Nader.
They're so good. It doesn't make sense to
know.
me how you can have 4 daughters that are that hot.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
They're the most gorgeous people I've ever. And the parents?
Truly. Oh my God, also them?
Yeah, Bravo's really doing their thing right now. And then they're coming out with not Love Hotel, that's a Bravo show. Love Overboard, which is the one that Alex Cooper's producing. That Gabby
With
Windey
Gabby?
is. I can't wait.
That was the smartest
So
decision.
smart. And again, Bachelor Nation, duh,
No,
that's
exactly.
Hulu as well.
And then they're intermingling, so with Taylor Frankie Paul as the Bachelorette, I'm like,
And then Stassi Says is Stassi Schroeder's, which that's an interesting one to me, Jess. Sorry, I'm really going off topic.
go.
You can cut whatever you need to cut.
No, go.
But that's an interesting one to me too, because Stassi and Lisa Vanderpump were Bravo.
Yeah,
So why?
exactly.
I still don't. I'm sure there's some back end shit. Like maybe Bravo didn't want Vanderpump Villa, but
This is so smart of them though, because they're literally taking everything that's like, Stassi has a big audience.
oh yeah,
And then to
Huge.
take her over to Hulu, it's like Taylor Frankie Paul, they caught that shit right away
Yep.
on TikTok. They brought her over. Every single time, it's people who have like some of the biggest audience. The Kardashians, obviously, they brought them over.
Yeah, you know what? I guess that maybe is the difference. Bravo is kind of creating reality
They're
stars,
building.
where Hulu is just platforming already famous
They get you when
people.
you are hot in your sophomore
Yeah,
year and you're
yeah.
like already ready to go.
100%. Yeah, that actually does check out.
Yeah.
And then you have the Netflix shows where I'm like, I love your shows, but I don't really know where you fit in.
Yeah, because their reality shows are so random.
They don't really have like, except for Selling Sunset, like a series where like you're following people season after season after season.
I would say the only ones that I do that with would be if I paid more attention to Love is Blind or Selling Sunset. Selling Sunset for sure.
Right,
I'm
but
keeping
Love
up.
is Blind is different people every season. Is what
Oh,
I'm
I see
saying.
what you're saying.
Like you're not like following like Stassi Schroeder in her 12th season of reality TV. You know
where
what I
see
mean?
the come up of people and
That's
like them
interesting.
building up.
Yeah.
Oh man, was there anyone at BravoCon? Now that we're going back to BravoCon,
Sorry, everybody.
the ADHD of the reality universe. But was there anyone at BravoCon that like shocked you because they were different from what they're like on TV?
Ooh, really good question. Let me think for 1 second. I mean, you know, there was a lot of people that I thought would be amazing in person, and they were amazing in person.
Oh,
so
okay,
no. So that was good. Like there were some I was really nervous about. Like I do love Aisha from Below Deck. I know you don't watch Below Deck,
No, but I know
she's
the-
just like so nice on the show, and I was really nervous. That just like I was hoping that she would be the same, and she was. Like, oh my God, so sweet. You know, I will say, so I did the creator carpet.
That's what I was
on
wondering if you were gonna
Sunday.
talk about. Yeah, they
And-
had this like all creator red carpet where only creators were covering the carpet. Right?
It was they said it was the first year they've ever done that.
Yeah.
And it was like such an honor. I'd never done a red carpet. I had even told Jess in the past, like, it's kind of something I'm not really that interested in because I'm really scared of it. But you gave me great advice beforehand, by the way. Like you're seriously the best.
I hope something
No,
helps,
you
but
did.
if not, you crushed it.
No,
so,
thank you.
And you got great feedback. Everyone loved the carpet.
Yeah, you know what? I was really proud. My first couple interviews were a
It's
little
so
shaky.
scary.
But then I got, you know, in the swing of it. But so they did this creator carpet on Sunday, which is the last day of BravoCon, and I have a feeling it was the very last press thing they did. Because people were really tired.
They're
and you
over
could
it.
tell. And you know what? I can't blame them because I was kind of like exhausted and tired and like, yeah, this last day is going to be like a struggle to get through. And I'm not a fucking Bravo-lebrity, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the people I interviewed that I thought, like Melissa and Joe Gorga from Real Housewives of New Jersey, I thought they were going to be like so funny and witty and bouncing off the walls, which they were like incredibly kind, but you could just tell.
It was
like
scripted
she was wearing like slippers. Like they were like chugging water. Like everyone was just so fucking tired.
They were so hungover probably
Right.
too.
And the partying that they were doing, I couldn't even be doing that partying. So let me think. So that was kind of like, you know, the Next Gen NYC cast were very like
I have watched a couple episodes of that.
okay, yeah.
I'm familiar with
I
them.
love that show. They were pretty subdued, but they were also filming for their show at BravoCon.
Oh.
Yeah, like
okay, that
there
makes
were
sense,
cameras
actually.
following them the whole time. So by the time I got them on Sunday, I think that they were just probably so exhausted.
How was Charlie is the one who dated Lindsay
Yeah.
Lohan, right?
Yes. I love it. Like that's what he's known for. So I didn't meet him, but okay, I'll tell you some tea. My friend signed up for a photo op for him. And if you don't know, photo ops are things that you sign up for before BravoCon, where you have a time slot where you are guaranteed to meet and take a photo with a Bravo celebrity. So my friend signed up for Charlie, and while my friend was of all people, and while he was waiting in line for Charlie, now granted, this is just from my friend's secondhand knowledge, but while he was waiting in line for Charlie, apparently Charlie like flipped out and was like, "Fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore," and like got out of line.
That's why I was wondering. That's
Yeah.
so sad because I was listening to a podcast episode with Kiki Monique, and she was saying that I'm trying to remember if she said that it was just like a really bad interview or like he was rude or what it was, but basically the vibes were just like not good.
Well, and every time I saw him, whether it was on his panel or at the Bravos, he had sunglasses on. And it's like, I'm sorry, I know that like you're like cool trust fund kid from New York, but like in my opinion, it's like it's your first BravoCon. You do kind of have to be like a little bit humble about it. I don't know, but he did say at his panel, the booze fuel him.
So give him more.
So you know what? He is an iconic villain. I gotta admit, and we need an iconic villain.
Yeah,
So
true.
I'll take it.
My thing is, I hate when people are like, well, that's a reality show. You signed up for it. You have to take the paparazzi and the hate and this and that. I don't believe in that whole narrative. But what I do believe in is you sign up for reality TV, so you should be going to BravoCon and giving like your best energy possible.
100%. This is for the fan. You wouldn't exist without the fans.
Exactly.
And it was interesting. I know I didn't really experience this firsthand, but you know, obviously people were talking BravoCon, who they liked, who they didn't, and a lot of people were saying it was interesting that it was like the seasoned veteran housewives were the kindest and the most thankful to the fans. I think they know where their bread is buttered. Is that the saying, right?
No, but we'll take it.
That's not a saying. Who butters their bread? Look it up after this. We need a fact check.
I think you're like mixing a saying right now.
Well, whatever. Wait.
But I love that.
We'll figure it. Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I just, if anything, I just created. If I just created a saying. Like they
that's
know.
your reality housewives. What's it called?
Yeah, my tagline.
Yeah, your tagline.
Well, let's think. I may be gluten free, but I know who butters my bread. There you have it. But yeah, like the housewives are like so kind of really went out of their way from seeing fans. But you know what? Everyone does have a different experience. I did see something that I found to be really interesting where someone said, like tweeted that, you know, West Wilson, who's from Summer House, made no effort to talk to the fans and da-da-da-da. And then West replied and was like, you can only imagine how big of a bummer it is for me to see this when I just had the best weekend of my life meeting all the fans and felt like I spent a lot of time with the fans only to see one person's experience online of me. And like, luckily so many people replied and were like, you were amazing. That was not the case. So like everyone's going to have a different experience. And you also have to keep in mind, these Bravo celebrities have so many places to go. They can't stop and talk to you for 20 minutes, right?
Or even if they just had 5 minutes where they were like mentally recharging and so they looked a little bit out of it, because I remember that being I remember one being super hungover one of the days and it was just like the hardest day of my life because you still gotta work.
BravoCon in Vegas is a deadly combination. It should be in Utah where you can't drink late at night.
There's 3 places where time doesn't exist: Vegas, the airport, and BravoCon.
Yeah, 100%. And 2 of them are the same thing.
Exactly, they're synonymous. Isn't it going to be somewhere else?
I don't know. I haven't let me tell you something. Being at BravoCon, I actually know the least about what's going on with BravoCon because I was just all over the place. I'm pretty sure it won't be till 2027. I heard
why do they do it every other year?
I know, but being there, I understand. It probably cost them millions of dollars, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. To fly everyone out.
They did like a Bravo fan fest because they didn't do BravoCon last year, but they did like a smaller one. So maybe they'll do something like
in
that.
Miami, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
So I don't know any details about upcoming, but I do want to say another thing that I noticed about the Bravolebs too. I was there is like they actually never had time off. People figured out where like the hotel they were staying at, and it was like even when they're just trying to have a drink at the hotel, like fans are there. Like we did a creator happy hour and some Bravolebs were there, and there were fans all outside the bar. Like it was really nonstop.
It starts to be scary.
Yeah.
Which I've picked up on. Were you at the? Okay, so there was this event that Netflix invited creators to at the Selling Sunset.
Oh no, I wasn't. You invited me, but I couldn't go.
Yes. That's what happened. So they had it at the Oppenheim
Yeah.
group. The name like never resonates.
Well, because
with
it's
me
confusing with the movie.
with Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
So it takes me a second to remember which is which. Okay. Anyways, I went there. And seeing the way that every fan would come up to the window and like bang on it as if they're like monkeys, it's so weird and invasive. And I understand, you didn't watch the season, but I understand why Jason and Brett were fighting over having hedges in front.
Oh,
I don't know if you heard about this.
No, I didn't, but they should.
Yeah, they should. But then Brett thought the hedges were ugly and they were like $100,000 and there was this whole ordeal. It was just a storyline that a producer probably came up with. But they ended up getting rid of the hedges. And I'm there and I'm like, honestly, if I was a girl working here, I would feel in danger.
Yeah, it's like you're an animal at the zoo, right?
Exactly.
People are just like gawking at you, and that was kind of like the vibe of BravoCon. Like it was a zoo, and like they were the animals, and everybody wanted a photo with these animals.
Because
you know,
these are the biggest fans. If they're willing to fly out there, spend their own money, spend money on a hotel on top of
it's
that, and
a
their
convention, right?
Yeah.
Like you think about a Star Wars convention, right? It's like you think of people that go to a Star Wars convention of like these big ass nerds that just love Star Wars. We're big ass nerds that love Bravo, and like you pay enough money to go to the convention, like you're gonna want to get your money's. I see both sides.
Yeah.
I do want to say also because I want to say 4 Bravolebs that I had great experiences with.
Yeah.
Also, for what it's worth, I actually had great experiences with like all
Everyone.
the Bravolebs, but aside from the carpet, I love Brad and TJ from Southern Hospitality, super kind guys. The Southern Hospitality cast, that's a show. It's about to be in its 4th season, and they're also like under 30, some of them. So it's like a newer, younger show that very different from Next Gen in the sense that they wanted to talk to everyone. They wanted to be in every photo. Like you could tell they're
from the South.
They were just
It
so
makes
happy to be
sense.
there. Also, I had a really long, heartfelt, kind conversation with Carl Radke from Summer House.
Oh.
And like he just, it was
I've heard good things.
It was
actually.
weird for people to be like, I've seen your videos. My thing, Jess, is I try to be non-biased as much as possible. And obviously, like for some people, like I don't care. For example, like Jax Taylor from the Valley and Vanderpump Rules. I don't think he's a nice
Objectively
person.
bad,
Like like he's objectively bad. So like I've said negative things about him before, but I try not to say negative things about other people because I don't want to be put in a situation where they're in front of me and I'm like, fuck, I don't
I hate
whatever.
that. I feel the same way.
So it was really nice to hear people like Carl, Vanita from Southern Charm came up to me and she was like, I love your videos. You say nice things about me. Michelle from the Valley was like, you say nice things about me. So that was really
They said,
kind.
I love your videos because you're nice to me.
Well, it puts into perspective how many people aren't fucking nice.
Yeah, it's
because
so true.
you know you're not in front of these people. But then I can only imagine someone like shit talking me, and then them coming out to me at BravoCon and being like, "Can I get a photo?" And I'm like,
Absolutely not.
No. But you can't say no.
I know, that's the hardest part. But I think I would be, if I was a housewife or whatever, someone on Bravo, I would be snappy if I saw people who made evil videos about me.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want to deal with that. So I get where that comes from with some of them, you know?
I think Bronwyn from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake, who you haven't met yet.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 seasons, they let them simmer, but I feel like season 3 is when
That's
shit
where
really
it
starts to
gets
pop
juicy.
off, in my opinion.
Can't wait.
But Bronwyn posted something saying like, you know, so many of you have tweeted negative things about me, but then you're coming up to me at BravoCon telling me your Twitter handle and then asking me for a photo. Like, I know what you've said about me.
Wait, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because that could almost be like your entry level. Like, do I want to take a photo with you? Tell me your Twitter
Right.
handle.
Yeah,
Tell me
yeah,
your
yeah.
TikTok.
Show me your feed.
Yeah. Let me decide. Give me 1 sec.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know about that. Oh, okay. I have some headlines that I wanted to run through from BravoCon.
This is good because I feel like I missed out on something.
Well, these
so
are all
let's
things
talk
that you
about it.
already brought up.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well,
For the most
sorry.
part.
I got ahead
Well,
of myself.
We'll see. Okay.
This
first
is.
off,
I haven't really talked about BravoCon with anyone yet,
yeah,
so
I'm
I'm like so excited.
Yeah, we actually
yeah.
get to talk about it, and these are things that like either I would know about, so I can go back and forth with
Okay.
you, and it's not just like you having to talk to yourself for
Okay, no,
10
I
minutes.
gotcha.
But like obviously we have to talk about the fact that there's going to be a Real Housewives of Rhode Island, and the cast and the trailer was released. Did you watch it? Were you there?
I wasn't there, and I haven't seen it yet.
Oh wait, you haven't even seen it.
No, for like that's what I'm saying. Like I've been so when you're at BravoCon,
Yeah.
there's so much happening at once. But I'm familiar, and I know
Yeah.
that Dolores Catania from Real Housewives of New Jersey is a friend of.
Yeah.
And
Ashley
Ashley
Iconetti
yeah,
from The Bachelor.
yeah. But we don't know if she's gonna be a housewife or a friend of. But I'm sure she's.
She's
gonna
she's
she's
confirmed to
full-time.
be confirmed there. So it's I'm gonna try to list these names: Alicia Carmotti, Rosie DeMare, Ashley Iconetti, Liz McGraw. Oh no, let me stop there. Let me stop while I'm ahead. Rula Pontarelli, Kelsey Swanson, and then Joellen Tiberi.
I'm hearing
something
some
like that.
I'm hearing some Italian ladies
I
in
think
that
I
cast.
think literally everyone is Italian.
Yeah, I think I didn't realize there was like such a Italian. Like, but
Rhode Island.
my best friend is from Rhode Island, and her a couple months ago, her mom was giving us the tea. Rhode Island's small, and she was like, "Yep, I know exactly who they're casting. This person has this scandal. This person has this scandal." Basically, from what my friend's mom was telling me, it's like it is a franchise that I don't feel is going to be fake or forced. What she was saying is like there's so much drama that has been existing in that world for years that just now they have a camera on it. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited to hear it from like a friend's mom
Yeah,
that lives in Rhode
that's
Island. I'm like, you know your
juicy.
shit.
I can only imagine what it was like in Salt Lake before theirs began. It must have been similar.
Salt Lake, 100%. I feel like there's just so much drama. I mean, think about Morbin Wives too. All that drama happened off camera.
Yeah, they know everything about each
Right.
other too.
Yeah.
And that's a bigger area. So the fact that Rhode Island is tiny.
Small.
Like I don't know anything about it. So I'm gonna be locked in just because well, one, it's new. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I can start with everyone else.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be good for you. That'll be good for you.
I'm like, yeah, I'm a Bravo girl.
Let me ask you a question. So for the Real Housewives, I'm going to interview you,
Okay.
Jess the reporter. By the way, it's so cool to be interviewed by Jess the reporter. So Real Housewives, they always hold something most of the time. You know, Orange County holds an orange, RHONJ holds an apple. What
Yeah.
would Rhode Island hold?
Oh shit.
I don't.
Like a white picket
crab?
fence.
Oh, yeah.
A crab.
No, a white picket fence, a
Wait,
lobster roll,
like the thing that's like this?
an anchor.
Yeah, an anchor. It's like carrying them down.
Maybe, yeah.
It could be a cute little
Lily
anchor.
Pulitzer catalog. No offense to Rhode Islanders. I really I'm curious what they would hold.
It's just like a very specific style out there.
Yeah.
Wait, that's such a good
Maybe
question.
a seashell.
It's probably, there has to be a hint in the trailer.
I wouldn't know.
I
haven't
have to
seen it.
rewatch it.
I haven't seen it, but if any of those things we listed end up being it, you heard it here first.
Are you planning on watching?
Of course. The thing is, I feel a pressure to watch
Yeah,
now
of
because I'm
course.
talking about it. Like, I've always watched reality TV, but it wasn't until I started talking about it online that I felt like I have to watch these shows. And I watch shows that I wouldn't typically watch. Like, to be honest, I don't think I'd watch Love is Blind, but I'm like, everyone's talking about it, so I watch it, you know? I don't know that I'd watch all these Housewives franchises if I wasn't like a Bravo content creator.
Yeah.
But that's just to say I don't think I would start watching them. Now that I watch them, I do love them. But Housewives is something that is tough for me because I relate to them so little. Like, I have literally nothing in common with these women. I
They're
loved
so
New
bougie.
Jersey because I had a little bit in common with them because I kind of grew up near there.
And they got a little grit to them.
They had a little grit to them. And like even Atlanta, I felt like I related to because like Kim Zolciak lived in a townhome, right? It was a bit more, but like Beverly Hills, like I don't like Beverly Hills.
It's too much. Like the comparison between Beverly Hills and Orange County, I'm like, honestly, which one did I even relate to more? I guess a little more Orange County than Beverly Hills because they were just like 100% bougie in
Right.
Beverly Hills.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
No, I don't have a surgeon husband.
Exactly.
You know?
But I think that is the appeal of the Housewives is
Yeah.
like, because that's why my mom loves it. She's like, I love watching these worlds that I will
Could
never
never be
have,
in- yeah.
right? So I'm alone in the fact that like I just don't like not relating, but I like to have at least one person that I relate to on a reality show.
sure.
But I do love the Housewives. I feel like I'm like not really conveying that. It's just it's not the Housewives is not my typical kind of show. But Salt Lake to me is almost like its own reality show. It doesn't even feel like a Housewives.
Dude, everyone who talks about it,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the reason why. I just started when we confirmed the day that, or like today, that we'd be shooting this.
Oh, really?
Because I was like, let me at least have an idea of who's on Salt Lake. Because
Oh. Well, but
I kind of did,
but the power players aren't even
they're
in
not
season
there
one.
yet. Yeah. Okay, next storyline. Wait, let's do a Housewives storyline because you were just talking about this.
Okay.
So, Teresa, do you say Judice or Judice?
It's Judice. I think that's how she pronounces it.
I think she's changed it.
You know what? You're right. I say Teresa Judice.
Okay, I'm gonna say Judice for the sake
But
of
it
this.
is fun to say Judice.
Judice is so fun to
Yeah,
me. That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I always used to say because I started watching New Jersey like from the start. Between that, OC, New York, Beverly Hills, I kind of watched a lot of them.
Well, I'm
from the
glad I
start.
gave you additional
I
chains.
know, thank you. Okay, so Teresa Judice made up with brother Joe Gorga and his wife Melissa. The typos in this statement right here.
It's okay. I'm following.
Did you hear about this?
I heard about this. I actually asked Melissa and Joe about it on the carpet.
What'd they
I
say?
just said I heard you had a reunion. They were like, "Yeah, things are going good right now. Let's hope it stays that way." My theory is, and I think this is everyone's theory, the Real Housewives of New Jersey is kind of up in the air right now. I think they might think, "Hey, if we reconcile, we'll get to go back on the show. They'll give us our spots. Our show will come back." I think there's a motive. I don't think they just so happen to reunite at
All of a
BravoCon. You know,
sudden.
like I think that there's a motive behind it. I think everyone in the Bravoverse just wishes these two would either like each other or fucking hate each other and just pick one because
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
getting whiplash. There's a lot of back and forth. I want them to be on good terms.
Who do you like more? Are you Team Melissa or Team?
That's really
Teresa?
tough. I think they both suck
Suck?
a little bit. Here's what I'll say. I enjoy watching polarizing
I
characters.
know.
So like
Teresa.
I enjoy watching Teresa. I wouldn't
agree.
say I like love Teresa Giudice,
Right.
but she's
But in terms of
interesting to watch.
Entertaining television. She is that.
Right. I feel the same way about Lisa Barlow, and people always hate me out for that, which you don't really know that much about her yet. But like, she's not my favorite housewife by any means, but she's very entertaining to watch.
Okay.
I love Sheena Shea. Same thing with Vanderpump.
yeah.
She's not my favorite character, but she's good reality TV. And is that not why we watch reality TV?
Yeah, yeah. Who did you enjoy talking to the most during your interviews?
Zach Wickham from the Valley. I had already kind of known him, so his interview was really fun, and
That's
he was
fun,
just
yeah.
like so nice.
I saw that.
Captain Jason from Below Deck. I mean, nice guy, super handsome, obviously. But you know, I'm sick and tired of the over sexualization of Captain Jason. I don't know how familiar you are with this.
But this
He
is so
is
funny to
like
hear.
that. I will stand on this ledge, and that was the question I asked him because like he is like a hot
You
40.
asked about that. I love that.
Because I'm tired of
Good
it.
job, good job.
He is like an over 40, really handsome, eligible bachelor that's unproblematic as far as we know, right? Every fucking BravoCon, it's, oh, are you going to date this person? Are you going to date that person? They just did a Below Deck Salt Lake crossover. And there was rumors of him and Heather Gay maybe hooking up. So obviously the entire BravoCon was, what's going on with you and Heather?
Yeah,
You and
yeah.
Heather? And I'm like, leave
Oh my
my
God.
man alone.
That stuff would make me blush so hard if I was single and on one of these shows. Because the way that they're always trying to like force connections there.
Well, because people love like to
Of
hook people up.
course.
Yeah. So look, I'm sure he's flattered by it, but I am like, after a while, like you got to be tired of people. Like it's all they ask this poor man.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Who else was someone who was different?
I wouldn't blame you if you were like, no, they were all the same because it's reality.
You know who was exactly who, and you'll care about this. Exactly how I thought they would be was Amaya Papaya.
Oh,
Yeah, she was so fucking cute and funny, and just like I was like, she is not putting on for the camera. let me tell you. Yeah.
Wait, Jeremiah, just like dancing, like
Th-
get out.
There was so like through the interview, you could tell he was just like
over it or what?
Well, I wouldn't say over it. I think he was just excited, and they were doing the interviews together, so it was kind of hard to like get all of them together. So I don't know that he knew he was on camera. I don't know, but he was dancing to no music during my interviews, and I loved it. I love the energy.
I feel like that's the exact same energy that he gives off on like his TikToks and everything right now. Also, I actually love the support that he's gotten since he left Love Island.
He needed that because his time on there was tough.
That was rough to watch.
Yeah, he was super kind. So yeah. Good people all around.
So we have one more headline. Where is it at? Here we go. Craig Connover is responding to the shade Andy Cohen threw at him. Were you there for the shade? Yeah, because it was at the Bravos.
I was.
Okay,
and let me tell you, it was a good burn.
It was juicy. So Andy introduced Craig saying, Craig Connover is here, and ladies, he's single. Look at that smile. He's hot. He's a jet setter. He hosts a successful podcast. Oh, wait. Sorry. Those are all words to describe Paige.
I mean, come on. If it's a good burn, you can't be mad at it.
So good.
It's a good burn. So what is Craig
So Craig
saying?
goes, oh, it was fine. I thought it was a softball joke. Andy texted me last week and said, how hard can I go on you at the Bravos? And I said, honestly, like 8.5, 9 out of 10, whatever. I'm in a nice place.
Okay. Craig was very media trained answers with the things about Paige at BravoCon. I feel from what I've seen, I definitely haven't seen everything. I feel that he answered every question appropriately. I feel that he gave her, I mean, this is public facing, right?
Yeah.
He knows that the Bravo fans love Paige. He gave her flowers. He was very diplomatic and kind, and I think that's exactly what he needed to do. Did you hear about Shep Rose, on the other hand? So Shep is Craig's co-star on Southern Hospitality, and Shep always had some words about Craig and Paige's relationship on the show, and he was caught being filmed by a fan, which that's another thing I'm not down for. If you're at your hotel
sneaky.
having a drink after BravoCon,
That's not nice.
He was filmed by a fan, but it was a good video, going on a rant about how Paige and Craig's relationship was always fake. They've made millions of dollars off of the back of Bravo.
For
They
years?
broke up on her podcast. So I think Craig probably realizes I don't need to shit on her. My friends will probably do it.
My friend already did it.
And I think he's already filmed his season of Southern Charm. A preview just came out where he is talking a bit more candidly about Paige. So I think he was like, I'm just going to be diplomatic at BravoCon. Craig Connover at BravoCon was like...
Yeah, what was he like?
I didn't meet him, but it was as if Prince was walking through.
The way everyone was just like gawking
Falling.
over him.
Like Harry Styles. He
Yeah,
was like the
yeah.
Harry Styles of BravoCon, screaming over him. Women really love Craig. That's the thing about Bravo boys is sometimes if you're cute and charming, you can kind of do no wrong. Tom Schwartz is similar, where people just love Tom Schwartz.
Yeah.
So I will say, Craig is extremely fucking handsome in person. I get it. I get the appeal. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily...
Oh, good.
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily like the biggest Craig fan.
Right.
I've dated people like Craig. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a great person outside of a relationship.
But I see exactly what Paige was saying.
I know who he is in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
It's not for me. But I think that some people just love him, and he was very well received at BravoCon. So I think a couple digs here and there, he's like, whatever. The people love me anyway, so what do I care?
He can do no wrong. I did see a switch. So on like day 1 and 2, because it's 3 days?
Yeah.
So day 1 and 2, let's say, everyone was like obsessed with Craig. And then by day 3, people were like, okay, I'm back to getting the ick from him.
Well, they didn't have a great showing at their panel, allegedly. I wasn't at their panel, but I saw clips and fans were like coming up to me at BravoCon like, did you see the panel? Apparently, it was just, I think they were all drunk or tired or whatever. It was very messy. People were making comments about how Craig was like this the whole time.
and were they saying like drugs or something?
Well, he's openly admitted to taking Adderall,
Yeah.
so they were like, he was on Adderall and da-da-da-da-da. So I think that by the end, people were like, yeah, we see Craig now.
I also think a lot of Bravo fans will just like make a
A mountain out of a molehill.
there
See,
we
I know
go.
that one.
We got this saying down. I think Bravo fans will just like create narratives because it's the shows that they're used to watching, and they're used to
100%.
all the drama. So they're like, they want there to be more drama around everything.
Right.
Okay. Then we have a game that we play.
I was wondering when I get the paddle.
+1 or -1. Here you go. Don't look too closely. This one's
Okay,
we got
yeah.
a new one coming in, but it still has +1 and -1 on both sides right now. Okay.
I feel like I'm on Watch What Happens Live.
Oh my God, it low key
This is so fun.
Andy, hey, have us on. Just kidding. Don't have me on until I know a little
Yeah, I
bit
need
more.
to watch a little bit more.
Give me like a year. Okay. Vicky returning to Real Housewives of OC after 5 years.
As someone that's not super duper familiar with OC, I do know that she is the OG of OC and all Housewives, and I know it was very well received. And she carried a real orange around with her the entire weekend. She had it on the creator carpet. She held her orange the entire weekend. So you know what? If she's happy, I'm happy. +1.
Yeah, I love Vicky. I'm so glad she's back. She could be the reason that I get back into it.
Okay.
I say that about every show that we're talking about
Well, and the
today.
Housewives is celebrating their 20th anniversary, which is crazy this next year. So it kind
Yeah.
of makes sense that they brought the first housewife back.
Yeah,
so.
that was smart on
Yeah.
their end. Okay, I actually didn't ask you about this yet,
Ooh,
but I
fine.
think you know. I think you're up to date. Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives getting sent home on Dancing with the Stars last night because we were filming this the day before this airs.
I'm thinking about who's in the final four with her. I'm gonna +1 it.
You wanted that?
I didn't want it, but from what I heard, she wasn't necessarily. She was always a good dancer and wasn't necessarily improving as much as those other dancers were. I also think for her well-being, she should have made it to the final because people had an issue with her being a dancer and being with Mark. I think it would have been ill-received if she was in the final and did well. So I think for her sake, it's good that she got out right before the finale.
Yeah. I'm like, me grabbing this. I say -1. Let me just make my case.
I love Whitney, by the way, but I think,
Really?
yeah, I do.
My thing is like I was upset and irritated that she was a part of this cast in the first place because of all of her experience. But in the same way, I always have that bone to pick with Dancing with the Stars because like stop bringing on people who have so much dance experience.
Yeah, but I
every
mean,
year.
Alex Earl has dance experience.
That's true. I think there has to be like a threshold, but how do they decipher that? I
Right,
guess.
Whitney like went to college
Yeah,
for
she
dance.
studied
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's the same with Charlie D'Amelio. I'm like, she
That's a
should
good
have been
point.
on there. I
Yeah.
feel that way about a lot of these people. But once they're on there, I feel like, okay, well, she's objectively the best one.
Right.
Getting 10s every single week.
Yeah.
Like, I just think Mormon Wives should not have been released until after Dancing with the Stars was finished because they knew. I don't know if you're watching Dancing with the Stars or Mormon Wives.
I haven't
but I'll
had a
catch you
chance
up.
to watch Mormon Wives yet.
Mormon Wives, she's the villain. Every season, she's the
I'm
villain.
sorry. I watched Mormon
That
Wives,
part
just
you
not
know.
this season.
So this season, obviously, it just came out while you guys
Yeah,
were
yeah,
at
yeah.
BravoCon,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
kind of also bad timing on
I
their
know.
end.
I
But
feel like they did that on purpose.
yeah, without spoiling too much, I think they must have too because a lot of the girls were actually kind of getting along, and then they bring Whitney, and she's like the common enemy that everyone has, and she straight up said, "I'm only coming back so I can have a chance at going on Dancing
I saw
with the
that
Stars."
clip. Yeah.
And so people didn't take very lightly to that. But I'm like, how can you get mad at a girl for manifesting and like making something happen? You know what I mean?
Look, just like I said, I love like a polarizing housewife. Like how I feel about Lisa Barlow, Teresa Giudice, Sheena Shea is how I feel about Whitney Levitt. Like
Yeah,
she's
we
not my
need 'em.
favorite person on the show, but she's great TV. Like
Yeah.
you got it. We need a villain. We need a villain.
pigtails.
I heard a theory that she wanted to be kicked off because she wants to start capitalizing on her other opportunities.
She did say that she wants to start her own mom talk, which I haven't finished this
She's
season.
not gonna. I don't think Whitney is not good in a group. I think that she wants to be like an Ariana Madix solo artist type of thing. I fear she may be flying too close to the sun too soon.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
We'll see.
We're not like close enough to Whitney, and we don't root for her enough in the same like or in a very different way than how we feel about Ariana.
100%.
We've seen her for
Yeah,
forever.
we need to know more about Whitney.
Exactly.
First, totally.
She needs to divulge a little bit more. Okay. Taylor Frankie Paul being cast as the Bachelorette. Oh.
But also,
let
let me explain.
Yeah.
+1 because I don't watch The Bachelorette and I'm going to watch now the Taylor Frankie Paul's Bachelorette.
Agree.
They did a great job. -1 because I don't think she's going to be a great Bachelorette.
I don't think so either. Do
But-
you think she's gonna find love?
You know, I saw some leaked photos this weekend.
Same.
And she seems pretty happy.
I don't know if that was on a date or if the season is done.
I think it was a filmed date for the season.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, which was in Vegas at the same time as BravoCon. I'm like, come on.
She kind of just seems like she has low expectations for the guys from the interviews that I've been seeing before the season started.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl.
Well, and she, is so back and forth with Dakota. And like, so I think I don't know that she'll be that great, but you know what? I'm hoping for the best. And you know what? ABC got me watching because I haven't watched the season since fucking Hannah Brown, and now I'm gonna watch.
True. It's been so long since I was actually tuned into a season. So, okay, ABC, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, Hulu, whoever we want to give it up to. What about? I heard a lot of mixed reviews.
Is this a +1 -1 question?
Yes.
Okay.
On Next Gen NYC, what did you think of
About BravoCon or just in general?
No, in general, this season. You liked it.
I'm a fan.
Okay.
It surprised me. I'm +1ing everything.
Yeah, you are. I think. I think literally every single one. Okay.
Well, I did
actually Whitney. Oh yeah. No,
I did a half a minus on Taylor. Next Gen NYC. Okay, first episode -1. Then once it got going, +1.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I will say how I met them in person was a little bit different than how they were on TV, like how you asked earlier.
Yeah.
But I think they were just tired and it was Sunday. I'm not going to fault them for that. I think it's a fun show. I think it is literally like Gen Z rich kids on a TV show, and you just have to understand that that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch them. There's what seems to me like real drama. It's hard to find a reality show these days where it's not people that like obviously want to be on reality TV.
Right, and
like,
they're used to it for the most part.
Right. A lot of these kids don't need to be on reality TV, right? They're rich. They're choosing to be.
Yeah.
So I like that. Now, side note, you didn't ask about this, but I'm going to tell you about it.
Tell me.
I watched a sneak peek of like the first couple scenes of Vanderpump Rules reboot at BravoCon. That is to me an example of people that obviously want to be on reality TV.
Oh,
and shows like that is hard for me to
I hate
watch
that.
because I'm like, with Vanderpump, you already have the blueprint of what the show is. You guys all live in LA and want to be on TV. I know how you're going to go about this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that it's a bit more organic with Vanderpump. But you know what? I had low expectations for Next Gen NYC, for Southern Hospitality, which are 2 new Bravo shows with young people. Those shows both exceeded my expectations.
Yeah. Well, okay, I didn't ask about this earlier either, but as far as like you being at BravoCon, I know you were talking with a lot of Bravo celebrities and you were talking with a lot of fans, but like who else were you hanging out with? Like other creators?
Oh, creators.
That's
Shout out to all the creators.
There's so many.
And it's like not even like if you see people online being like, I'm so glad I got to be my creator friends. That's like not fucking bullshit. It was so like we're not just pandering to each other. It really was so amazing. Like I was starstruck by meeting people online that like I've never met in person, like Gibson from Gavin with Gib, you know, or Jordy Cray, and like there was
Jordy
just,
Cray is actually one of. I wanted to FaceTime him during this interview, but I didn't know if you guys met.
I spent so much time with him.
Oh my gosh, should we FaceTime
Yeah,
him?
yeah,
Let's see what
yeah.
he said. He might not answer, but
I'm a
let's try.
huge fan of him.
Wait, let's see if he answers. Oh my god, I'll freak. Because he's actually
He was asking some sassy questions at those panels.
the sassiest person
and he
I've ever
knows it,
met.
and I love that.
No, and the way he leans into it. Will he answer a cold FaceTime? This is so Gen Z.
Now
of
I
me.
really feel like we're on like this is
We
like
should
Call
be
Her Daddy.
screen recording.
Oh yeah,
He's,
yeah.
like butt naked. If not, I'll text him. Okay, so you loved Jordy.
Loved Jordy. Yeah, just like there was so many different Bravo creators. Some I already knew, some I didn't know, some that aren't based in LA, so I never got a chance to meet them. And it was nice having a familiar face everywhere. And like there, in my opinion, I don't know if everybody had the same experience. I didn't feel any like competition between anyone.
Really? That's good.
I'm also new at this. So I don't really know the dynamics. I'm just happy to be there.
Kate kind of does this thing where she just talks to everyone everywhere she goes.
Oh.
I love that about you though, because it's actually, that's another thing I was going to bring up is like, you can tell the difference in people who have worked a 9-to-5 or who have worked in some part of the industry versus not.
Completely agree with you. And that's no shade.
Right.
But it's just
It's
a big
just
difference.
different.
It's a big difference. I totally
We'll
agree
see if
with
he
you.
falls.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because I was just happy to be there at BravoCon. Like for the creator carpet, I was at the very end of the carpet. I didn't care. So that meant like there was a lot of people I didn't get a chance to talk to because they ran out of time. But I maybe next time I'll be a bit more assertive of like, can I move more to the front of the carpet so I could get more interviews?
Yeah.
But I was a little bit like,
It's kind of hard.
Well,
They
not
like rank it based on your numbers.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
don't mind.
So messy.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just happy to be invited. I'm new at this. You guys have been doing this forever. Like, so maybe that's why I'm like, there's no competition.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe there is. I don't see it. Everyone I've met has been like pretty amazing and very supportive of one another. I love the creators. Yeah.
Oh, that makes me so happy. I will say when I went to BravoCon in 2023, it was actually like one of the best creator events that I had ever been to. I know it's not like a creator event,
Right.
but events as a creator that I had ever been to, just because I felt like everyone was so happy to be there.
Did they like do things to bring you guys together before BravoCon? Like, did you guys do like a happy hour or anything?
Yeah, we did a couple different happy hours and like we went to plan dinners and
That's
stuff like
good.
that. And I think they like booked us for certain panels from what I remember. But we'd also be in like the VIP room together and stuff like that. Oh,
Yeah.
they put us in like a group chat together. So
Oh,
there was
that's
just
nice.
stuff like that where we knew everyone who was going to be there.
Yeah.
Because we all went with TikTok that
Yeah.
year. But I know it's been different. Like this year was a little different.
Yeah, it was more like we did like happy hours and stuff, but then it was just kind of on our own of like who we wanted to hang out with, and it was fun because it's like, you know, I'd be over here and Oliver Sims and Rachel will be sitting there, so I'll hang out with them, and then I'll go over here and Riley Hamilton and Zachary Reality. You know, it's like
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
just kind of everywhere. So it was like a choose your own adventure with like who you wanted to hang out with. I found myself doing a lot alone because it was just easier. Like if
I
I
get
wanted
that.
to go do one thing, like whatever. But no, yeah, it was like meeting the people has just been like amazing.
Okay, then last game that we play is called Scroll and Tell. So I scroll through your Instagram, and then you'll tell me when to stop. Wait, I'm not there yet. I'm like, don't start. You'll tell me when to stop. I'm not looking. You're not looking. And then you'll tell me the behind the scenes of the photo or video that I click on. Hopefully it's a photo.
You want to do my. We'll do that, and if
Should we
it's
do
not good, we'll
TikTok?
do my personal Instagram.
I was wondering if you had a personal.
Yeah,
Am
okay,
I not-
stop.
Okay, let's look. You link up with another reality TV content creator.
Oh, I would love to tell you about this.
Who is this?
Oh my god.
Josh.
That's so cute that you landed on that.
That is cute.
Okay, so that's Josh. His name online is Josh the Roni Stan.
Okay. Oh, wait, I
And-
saw his name everywhere. at
Because
Bravo.
okay, so people like love Josh and I together. They like love our friendship. It's really cute. So Josh is a fellow reality TV content creator, mostly Bravo. He is one for the girls. He will always stand up
Love.
for the girlies. He loves Paige Sorbo, loves Ariana Madix, loves PPG. Like those are his
Oh,
girls, right?
yay.
So-
we got a lot in common.
We like followed each other online, and then about like a year ago, he was in LA. I never met him in person, and he was just like, "Do you want to go to something about her and grab a sandwich?" I said, "Sure." We really connected like quickly. So we like posted like a photo of us together, and like people went crazy, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you guys are linking up."
favorite.
So then he came out and went to a Vanderpump Villa event and invited me to go with him, and we've kind of just stayed friendly ever since. Like I really enjoy Josh. So then we obviously linked up at BravoCon, made a lot of content together, and like it was like people were stopping me and being like, "Where's Josh?"
Stop.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so cute.
cute.
You
So
guys are like the duo.
we are a little duo. So even though it's like Josh is like 25 years old, lives in New York, like he's like a different version of
Yeah.
me a little bit, and his videos are a little different than mine, but he feels like one of the first like true friends that I've made in this space.
Yeah.
So I love Josh, and that behind the scenes of that video was we just got lunch and we wanted to film content. We didn't really know where to go, and it was like 11 a.m. and I was like, let's just go to Barney's Beanery and like go on the front patio. We didn't even order anything. We just sat on the front patio and made
And
TikToks.
filmed.
They didn't say anything. So yeah, shout out to Josh.
They
I
said we're
love
used to
Josh
that.
the Roni Stan.
That's
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah.
I love hearing about the actual relationships that we build in this industry because
Yeah.
it can be really hard because I feel like so many people are going into it not necessarily looking for friendship. Like right? They're kind of just looking how to get to the next level. So
when he even said to me, like, after we started posting together, he had friends being like, don't you feel like she's your competition? And he was like, I would never think like that.
Really, it makes it feel weirder when people bring it up.
If anything, we're stronger together, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think so. Like, we're all part of the same community. Why not work together?
I just don't see a point in that. Like, there's always space for more.
Right.
You know, and everyone brings something different to the table.
Right.
Kate.
Speaking of being stronger together, I feel like I'm so sorry I talked so much,
No,
but
I
I
was
could talk to you forever.
Literally just about to say, I took way too much of your time.
No, I was, yeah, but you guys don't understand. I really love Jess.
That's how I feel about
you have been, so I know Jess because we have the same management, and like meeting you through them has been seriously such a blessing because you've like really given me such good advice. Like you are a pro at this, seriously. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, I do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about you, and like you're so kind. You have
thank
offered
you.
so much help, and like thank you for coming on the show. First of all,
Of
I was
course.
really excited. I just love seeing your journey because I feel like I found out about you kind of early on, and now I'm like just rooting you on.
Oh,
you know what
thank you.
mean?
I
So
feel the
seeing
same
you
way
thrive.
about you. I'm always rooting you on. So
Oh, thank you so much for coming on. Wait, so tell everyone what you have. Reality of reality. Hello.
okay, so yes, my name is Kate Riccio.
Start from the beginning.
Much like Teresa Giudice, sometimes people call me Kate Riccio.
I really wanted to say that, and I had to remind myself over and over. And
Well,
over, it's not
Riccio
that.
is like the proper two C's next to each other Italian way to do
Yeah.
it. Blame my family. I don't know. I go by Kate Riccio. I'm Riccio Recaps on Instagram, Kate Riccio on TikTok. And yeah, I just came out with a podcast called The Reality of Reality, where basically we're just learning about the reality of being on reality TV. That's kind of where I'm trying to intersect my like production background with my love for
Exactly.
reality TV, because I know that behind the scenes can be a lot different than what we as an audience are seeing.
Yeah.
So I'm just asking questions that I don't typically hear being asked on podcasts, right? Like if I have ever interviewed someone from Love Island, I want to ask them, where do you eat?
How do you
Right?
shit?
That stuff, exactly. So like just like the little questions. So yeah, so that's new podcast. It's on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and check it out.
Yes. Thank you so much for letting us be your plus one.
You know what?
Been loving it.
Plus One, hosted by, how do you say your last name? Lucero?
Lucero.
Plus One, hosted by Jess Lucero. I give that a plus one.
Thank you.
100%.
New promo right there.
I give that a plus one, baby.
You got the golden ticket.